Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So Game Week 13 Team Selection. As you can see, this is my side for Game Week 12 and I got 49 points. With them 49 points, I've risen up to 267k and I've risen up to 75,000 in the world. I'm pretty happy with them 49 points because a lot of my side didn't do that well. Pope didn't keep a clean sheet. He hasn't kept a clean sheet since I bought him on the Wildcard in Game Week 8. Liverpool haven't impressed me since I bought Virgil van Dijk in Game Week 13. They conceded 3 goals against Nottingham Forest. Timber and Senesi both got assists, but Senesi got himself a yellow card and they drew 2-2 against West Ham. Enzo Fernandez got himself a late goal in that 2-0 win against Burnley. The other three midfielders didn't get any attacking returns. Fernandez was at home against Everton on the Monday night. Everton went down to 10 men early on, but United didn't win. They lost 1-0. He was playing a lot deeper than I thought he would be, so I am a little bit worried about actually owning him. We'll see how he gets on in the next few game weeks, and if he keeps playing deep, I might actually have to sell him. Salah was unlucky not to get an attacking return in Game Week 12, but that's been the case for the last few game weeks. He's got a few game weeks until he goes to the African Cup of Nations, and then I think I will be selling him. Saka didn't get an attacking return, but he got DEFCON points. I obviously didn't buy him for that at 10.1 million, but I'm happy that he actually got a few points on the board. Then for my two forwards, they both didn't get an attacking return. They both had chances and probably should have scored in Game Week 12. Mateta came off before the 60th minute, which is a bit of a worry. And then the last two players that I've not mentioned yet is Anderson and Semenyo. I expected Semenyo to start, but he wasn't in the matchday squad. It was due to illness, supposedly. So with Semenyo not being in the matchday squad, Anderson came into my side and he kept a clean sheet and got 10 points. People will say that's lucky, but I have been saying over the last few game weeks, over the Christmas period, you need players that are going to be playing all the time. Because if one of these players doesn't play, you need the player on your bench to come in and actually get some points for you. With them Anderson points, it got me a green arrow. If I didn't get them Anderson points, I probably wouldn't have got a green arrow this game week. So I'm happy that it happened, obviously. Now looking at the side for Game Week 13, I've got one free transfer and 0.2 million in the bank. On paper, it doesn't look that bad, but I do think I will use the free hit this game week. Senesi picked up his fourth yellow card in Game Week 12, so if he picks up another one, he'll be suspended for the next game week. I bought Van Dijk in Game Week 11 and he hasn't impressed me. They haven't been keeping clean sheets and conceding quite a few goals. Arsenal have conceded in the last 3 games, so I'm not too sure if Arsenal's defence is going to be as solid without Gabriel. Arsenal play Chelsea this game week and I've got Timber, Saka, Enzo and Gui in my side. Obviously Gui will probably just stay on my bench, but the other 3 players I'd have to start if I wasn't using my free hit this game week. Then I've got Salah, Mateta and Bruno and Crystal Palace playing Man United on Sunday. Crystal Palace played away against Strasbourg on Thursday night and lost. They played most of the starting 11, so players like Manoz, Sarr and Mateta started. The first 2 played the full 90 minutes and Mateta came off around the 60th minute again. Over the last few game weeks, Mateta keeps getting brought off early, and I do think he's carrying something, so I am a little bit worried for him for Game Week 13. Crystal Palace probably got back in London on the early hours of Friday morning. Then they're probably going to do a recovery session in training today. Then they're probably going to have a normal training session tomorrow. Then they've got the early kick-off on the Sunday. So with that short turnaround, I'm not too sure if the Crystal Palace assets will be great for Game Week 13. Semenyo's still got a flag and I'm not too sure if he will be fit for Game Week 13. And then we've got Nick Pope at Newcastle. Newcastle haven't been the greatest away from home and they're away against Everton. They played in the Champions League away against Marseille and lost 2-1. So I'm not that confident that Newcastle will keep a clean sheet away against Everton. So with all this in mind, I am thinking about using the free hit in Game Week 13. If I didn't have to use the free hit chip before Game Week 19, then I probably would just keep my side as it is. You could go for the free hit in Game Week 16, which is a good option, but I think in Game Week 16 I'll make 2 or 3 transfers when we get topped up to 5 transfers. Then I'll potentially have 7 or 8 players that a lot of managers will be free hitting into, and I'll have them for the long term because a lot of the fixtures are good after that. So over the next few game weeks I'll use my free transfers to get a good side for Game Week 16 and onwards. So here are the fixtures for Game Week 13, and off the bat I think Brentford, City, Aston Villa and Liverpool are the ones that you should be targeting if you're using your free hit. Here are the Game Week 13 clean sheet odds on Man City, Brentford and Aston Villa are at the top with 48, 44 and 43% chance of keeping a clean sheet. If you're using your free hit chip, then I think a goalkeeper and defender from Man City, Brentford and Aston Villa should be the ones you should be targeting from. Liverpool have dropped down over the last few days and are now in 7th place. If you're not using the free hit chip, then you obviously start your Arsenal and Bournemouth players this game week. Then we've got the goal projections for Game Week 13 and Man City are well ahead at top with 2.53. Brentford have gone above Liverpool in the last few days and they're now expected to get 2 goals. Liverpool have dropped just underneath 2 goals with 1.98. Aston Villa are in 4th place with 1.93 and then Crystal Palace are in 5th place with 1.53. but as I've mentioned with the Crystal Palace players, I don't think I'll be buying them on a free hit. So I've highlighted the best fixtures to target, and Brentford and City and Aston Villa are the ones that I should be targeting players from. Then you can get a Liverpool, Crystal Palace or Spurs player if you fancy. I think I favour buying a Liverpool player and probably buying Salah, but other than that I'm not too sure about the other assets. So with all that in mind, let's have a look at my updated free hit draft. In goal I've got Martinez in my side, in defence I've got O'Reilly, Collins and Cash. In midfield I've got Rodgers, Foden, Sharda, Salah and Gakpo. And then up front it's not changed, I've got Haaland and Thiago. As you can see I've put a lock sign on a few of the players, O'Reilly, Rodgers, Foden, Sharda and Salah, then Haaland and Thiago. Then on the bench I've locked in Dubravka, Makelele and Esteve. The one area that I'm not too sure about is that fifth midfielder in Gakpo. I'm not too sure if he starts and how many minutes he gets, and I'm a little bit worried about him. So if I don't get Gakpo, I could go for somebody like Fernandes, Doku, Cherki or Marlon. I could downgrade him to a really cheap player and get somebody like Isaac or Watkins up front. I'm a little bit worried about Isaac's minutes, so I'm not too sure if I would buy him as well. If I did get somebody like Isaac or Watkins, then I'd have to downgrade some more players. So instead of Martinez, I'd probably have to get Kelleher. Instead of Collins, I'll probably have to get Van der Berg instead. I did look at potentially getting Doku or Cherki instead of Gakpo and selling O'Reilly. But Man City have got the best chance of keeping a clean sheet, and I think he's got a chance of getting an attacking return. So I think I'd rather go with the upside of O'Reilly and hope that he gets a clean sheet as well as get an attacking return. Because the worry with Doku and Cherki, they could come off around the 60th minute for Marmoush. At the start of the week, I did have Van Dijk in my side, but I've gone off that idea because I'm not too sure about Liverpool keeping clean sheets at the moment. They keep making massive mistakes at the back, and I'm not too sure I want to spend 6 million because that means I have to downgrade other players in my squad, and I don't really want to do that. There is the option of going with Dango, but I think I favour Sharda. I definitely want Thiago on my side, then I want a goalkeeper or defender from Brentford, so I haven't got the space to also get Dango in my side. If you're using the free hit chip this game week, get in the comment section and let me know what your side is at the moment and how much is this draft different from yours. Just before I finish talking about my free hit side, I just wanted to talk about the players that played in Europe midweek. So Martinez and Rodgers both started on Thursday night in the Europa League. Rodgers came off around the 60th minute and got an assist. O'Reilly, Foden and Haaland were all on the bench on the Tuesday night, but they all came off the bench in the second half. Cash and Guru both unused subs in their European fixtures, and Salah and Gakpo played the full match. Then for Game Week 13 captaincy, I think it's pretty obvious it's Haaland captain this game week. I won't be thinking about anybody else. With him not starting in the Champions League, I think it's even more chance of him starting and playing the full 90 minutes in Game Week 13. If you're not going with Haaland as captain this game week, let me know in the comment section who you're going with. And then finally, to finish up, if you're using the wildcard in Game Week 13, this is the side that I think I'd pick. So I've gone with Verbruggen in goal with Dubravka on the bench. Then in defence, I've got O'Reilly, Timber, Munoz, Van Heck and Anderson. Instead of Verbruggen, you could get somebody like Raya, Donnarumma or Alisson, but I don't think I'll get Alisson at the moment. Munoz picked up his 4th yellow card in Game Week 12, so I have put a little flag as a number 4 on him, because if he picks up another one, he'll be suspended. So if you're a little bit worried about him being suspended, you could go for somebody like Richards or Lacroix instead. Senesi's on 4 yellow cards, and that's why I've not picked him. Also, in the next few game weeks, I don't think I'll pick him, so I think I'll just go for somebody else like Van Heck. Brighton and Fulham rotate pretty good up from game week 16 to 19. Then into midfield, I've gone with Minter, Semenyo, Saka and Fernandes. Obviously, we don't know if Semenyo's going to be fit for game week 13. If he isn't, then you could go for somebody else. I've put a star next to Mbeumo on side just because they're going to the African Cup of Nations around game week 16-17. So you could go for somebody like Kuna, who's got some really good fixtures coming up with Mbeumo leaving to the African Cup of Nations. I am a little bit worried about Eze and Gakpo's minutes over the Christmas period, but if you're not worried about them, you could get them. Then for the cheap midfielder option, I've gone with Dewsbury Hall on the bench. He's got attacking returns in the last 2 game weeks, and I think he's finding some form now. So I think he's a really good option at 4.9 million. And then for the forwards, I've gone with Thiago, Waltermaid and Haaland. With Mateta keep coming off around the 60th minute for Crystal Palace. And with Crystal Palace having a really busy period over Christmas, I'm not too sure if he keeps playing and playing the full 90 minutes. I do think we'll see Nketiah start one of the game weeks, and I think he will keep coming off around the 60th minute. So for that reason, I've gone with Waltermaid. Newcastle fixtures start to turn better now. I was a little bit worried about Waltermaid's minutes moving forward, but we'll still be going to the African Cup of Nations around game week 16-17 anyway. So I think from then onwards, Waltermaid will be a really good option. If you are using the wildcard in game week 13, how many of these players have you got in your side? So right from a Game Week 13 team selection, let me know in the comments section where you ranked in the world. My aim is to get 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you watched this video and you got something from it, you enjoyed it, hit that like and subscribe button. With the busy Christmas period, I'll be doing plenty more Fantasy and UEFA Champions League content over the Christmas period. I'll post my free hit draft on social media and YouTube around 30 minutes before deadline. So if you are using the free hit, you can follow me on social media at FPL Scott. And if you've got any deadline decisions and you need my advice, get in the comment section or get in my direct messages and I'll try and answer you before deadline. Anyway, good luck in Game Week 13. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.